Hot takes, great debates, highlights, basketball. So Draymond Green and Charles Barkley of Inside the NBA, the Hall of Fame, they got this beef going on, right? And I like it. I think it's fun. I love watching Inside the NBA at night. I watch it every Thursday night. I don't miss it. It's so entertaining. Sometimes I watch Inside the NBA over the game that came on. I'll tune out of the game because the Warriors are usually on TV at night, and they're awful this year. Forget the game. I'm ready to see Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck come on television. So Chuck's got this thing. He's been going at Draymond. He said he want to punch him in the face, I believe, last year. They don't like each other. They're beefing or whatever. You know, they got their little thing. I like it because Draymond talks his mess like Chuck used to back in the day. Now, Draymond's nowhere near the player that Charles Barkley was, but I like it, right? Draymond fills a role. When he's got Steph and Clay, he's a Hall of Famer. This is the reality of the situation. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame if he continues to play with Steph and Clay. It's just the reality of the situation. But individually, he's not that great. Chuck made a comment last week about Draymond Green. He was like, Draymond doesn't talk as much without Steph and Clay, and he's averaging that triple single. I thought it was pretty funny. He got a chuckle out of me. Draymond has now responded, and I thought it was a weak response from Draymond. And Draymond can talk some trash. Remember when he did to Paul Pierce? When Paul Pierce was in his last season with the Clippers? And Draymond was like, you ain't Kobe. You don't get no retirement tour. I thought that was great. I thought Draymond can talk mess with the best of them. But even his jokes are cornier with no Steph and Clay around. He's even lost the confidence in his comebacks. Here's what Draymond said in response to Chuck clowning him in his triple single that he's averaging this year. He said, you make everything sound like a Wendy's sandwich, or maybe he's speaking in terms of my rings. I thought that was a weak-ass comeback. And Draymond, for the record, is averaging 8.4 points a game, 6.3 rebounds a game, 5.6 assists a game, 1.5 steals a game in 29 minutes this year with the Warriors. Only shooting 38% from the from the floor, and 27% from the floor as well. 38% from the floor and 28% from three. And he's doing that on one of the worst teams in the NBA. Draymond sat out a lot of games this year as well. He's missed already 13 games this season. Just doesn't seem that interested in playing with these young guys. I mean, the dude has competed for championships for the last 5 years of his career. I get it. But let's work on these comebacks, though, Draymond. I still think you have the right to talk mess. You got 3 championships, my brother. Something that Chuck don't got. And if you're going to come with the championship response or the food response, because let's call a spade a spade. Shaq always has the championship response, or Shaq always clowns Chuck about the food, the donuts, and all that. And Kenny still uses the championship response. Kenny Smith, who was nowhere near half of the player that Charles Barkley was. He got 2 of them things, though, 2 rings. Kenny always has the witty championship responses, and Shaq always has the good food jokes and the championship responses as well. Like Draymond, if you're going to come with one of those jokes, it's got to be wittier. Because Draymond, you're a better player than what Kenny Smith was. You're not as great as Shaq, but you're on your way to being more accomplished than Shaq. You already got 3 rings, and you're not even, Draymond's not even 30 yet, is he? Yeah, so he's 29. Yeah, so I just expect better from Draymond on the responses. He could come back with something better than that, some fire than that. Right now, I got Chuck winning 2-0, as Draymond's responses have been piss poor ass at best. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.